Hello everyone, hello Canada. Today we are here with demolitioner. My name is mindigaldi, and we are going to discuss the three main topics of Canada currently. This is the Northern Opinion. Let's start.
Okay, so the first topic we have is what happened with the Liberal Party over the last week or maybe 2 weeks. So, if you don't know, there's been some issues with the Liberal Party. So, their polling has declined the entire caucus, and separately, the entire board will resign. So, the party lost pretty much all of its major figures, and they've had a leadership election, which was one uncontested by former leader Phoenix Blasty. What do you think of all of this, Mindy?
Well, I think this is like unfortunate because under Charles in February the party they just came back from the dead. Now they're going back into the graves. I think it is unfortunate because I was expecting them to win the next elections, but now they are down to like 3% in the current poll, which did not end yet, but they are down bad.
I think Phoenix hasn't pinged yet. I mean, in the last complete poll, obviously so much happened since now. It's 19%, which is still 4 seats, which they should be getting a lot higher than that.
Indeed,
During
indeed. Yes.
But what do you think of Phoenix Blasty, the new leader? For the Conservatives, what happened there?
I don't know what happened to him. Yes, he was a conservative senator, but at the same time, he also was a liberal leader in the past.
Yeah, and that was when they got. So that was before Charles when they got 3 seats, which is probably one of their worst results. I mean, if you look at your chart, which you made, of all of the poll results, they have been going downhill under Polly. So I don't think, I mean, lots of people have said that no one could have saved the Liberal Party. I was an MP for a bit under him, I think a few weeks. I don't know, I think that lots of people left under him, which was quite a big issue.
About the new leader, Punksy. Well, he's an interesting guy. So he always joins when the liberals are like in a very bad position. So I don't think that he will be able to save the party now.
Well, if they can get over five, I mean, if you look at what's happening now, there's a whole other party. I count a good result to them would be 6 seats. If they can get 6 seats or maybe even five, then I think he's done an okay job. Somebody told me that he took Hart back as party president. He was party president under Charles, and then he went inactive halfway through, which I think was a very good pick because Hart was a competent person. But apart from that, I haven't really heard of anything happening with him, and I don't think he's filled the seats yet. But obviously, he's got tomorrow and Saturday to fill the parliamentary seats.
I just don't think that the liberals have a future like in this election because, as you said, there is another party that took like 75% of them.
They technically fell by 21%, but I sort of think that because obviously this poll had a much higher turnout, the Liberals only dropped something like 5 votes, a net loss of 5 votes. But obviously, every party got more people to vote in that poll than they have normally, so it was a worrying sign. But Aero's gone to the Canadian Dream. Looking at the current poll, I don't see anyone who's gone with him. Daniel went with him. But the rest seem to have, they all got released their resignation statement saying they had no faith in the future of the group. But they need to find people to fill the seats. But all of the people who were there under Barron, under Charles, pretty much moved on. I don't see where they're going to find people. I don't see anyone who's interested in politics who's in the Liberals, so I think that's going to be a big issue. And there's probably going to be a by-election.
Well, about that, about the by-election. Well, there are like 3 weeks left, right? Or
I think the next election's scheduled for August 26th because we have a 2-week campaign period for some reason. And it depends when Matt dissolves Parliament, obviously, because last time it took him like a week after the last session to actually dissolve it and call an election. So it could take even longer than that.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Unless
there's a snap election.
That's true, but even then, he needs to dissolve parliament, right?
If there was a snap election, I don't think the campaign period would be 2 weeks. I think it would be 1 week. I have to double check that.
A snap election would be most beneficial to the new party, the Progressive Conservatives, because how I see it is that they have the momentum that Max had a few months ago in April.
But it also could not be beneficial because we haven't had time to fully develop policy. The Liberals can use, well, somebody can dig up the old manifesto and use policies from there. And Sid can use policies from his old manifesto. Obviously not completely copy pasting them, but he can use them as a basis. But we would have to fully come up with them. The last time the Progressive Conservatives properly stood was in February. I mean, we currently have the momentum, but I mean, if it's a long election, we can just keep growing until then.
Also, the fact that the new prime minister has just been sworn in a few days ago.
So what's IKOT's vision for Canada? What's his goal to get the ministers to do? Because Max did a good job in his first few weeks at hosting events and increasing activity. We did actually see RCMP activity. What's IKOT's plan to bring back that activity and maintain it in the long term?
Well, he's different from Max, not necessarily in a bad way. You know, he has his view as well. He also likes to debate people in parliament. Apparently, he wants every minister to make weekly recaps, like what they have done that week.
Yeah.
Also, he wants cabinet meetings.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes. Now about activity, he also wants to host events, but I am not sure when because I am not involved that much in that apartment. Yeah, so he's definitely different from Max, but I think he'll manage. What do you think?
Well, you do quite a lot of statements, which is very nice. And it's good to have your updates on the immigration thing. Lazzie's also posted updates with trans. I mean, this isn't to attack Lazzie, but I don't think transport should really be a focus at the moment, because I think right now, if I was in government, what I'd be doing is I'd be focusing on RCMP and DAF, because if nobody's coming to the SSUs, then there's not really much which transport can do. Whereas if RCMP was more active, that would cause more people to go to the SSU. But I was actually going to ask you, on the immigration, there seems to be lots of people getting approved, but I just don't see many more active members of Canada. I don't know, I see 48 approved, but I don't really see them joining things and coming to SSU.
That is indeed true. Like, so far, there have been more than 100 people approved since May, which is pretty nice, but like as you said, more than half of them don't join events, or they don't even have a Discord account, which, yes, it is a problem, because if we want to get more activity in Canada, then we have to convince those people to also contribute to their group. Me personally, how would I fix this? People need to see two things: that the certain group is active. The second one, a certain group has opportunities. Has to be something that they can join. Like, let that be a news company, let that be the RCMP or the armed forces. The best opportunity for people currently are the news companies, because like we started these podcasts as well, and
Lazzie has his.
Yes,
and by
yes,
the way, we
CTV
didn't
also.
start this as a reaction to Lazzie's. We'd been planning this for nearly a week at
Yes,
the time.
also the more the merrier. So
It's great. I'm happy to be doing something. I think we need more. We haven't had that in Canada really ever. Only for like events we've seen broadcast. But I have a suggestion about the immigration thing. Couldn't you organise it so the servers' join logs were public? So if people wanted to invite them, well, if people from RCMP wanted to check that, or from CAF, or from news companies, or from any company, they could check the join logs, who's joined, and DM them to recruit them.
yeah. I mean, I don't think that I have access to join logs in the
Yeah, no
Discord
one,
server.
only the moderators do, which I think was a bit of a mistake.
I have a log of every people who joined the Roblox group. However, as I said, like, it's just the Roblox group. half of them don't even have Discord, which, if I'm honest, it's not a big problem, but it also kind of is. Like, it's good that they joined the Roblox group, but
They can't really do anything in
yes,
the.
like yes, it would be way better if they joined the Discord too, because they can contribute more. Perhaps they would even find something that interests them.
Because they would just end up joining the game with no one being there, and then leaving the game and just sort of forgetting about it. They don't have Discord. But I mean, it is very good about all of the new people joining, because I think we do need more people, especially since lots of the old people seem to be leaving, which is an issue. But it does seem that some of them, Aero said he'd leave, but luckily he seems to be sort of half sticking about. Lazzy told me he wants to be an electoral officer after he leaves Parliament, and then I think Charles is not coming. Well, Charles just chats in the Discord sometimes, but claims he quits Ronage. Lots of people say they're leaving and they're done, and then they're not. So I think that's quite good.
After I leave Parliament, I'd also like to do more media, because I believe that this is the best way to advertise Canada, and make the group known to people who have, for example, never had any experience in Row Nations.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Because also people have experience in Row Nations, then they might be in ones which are currently more active than Canada. So they're just going to be Canada's secondary group. So if people are coming in completely new to Row Nations, that's much better. What do you think of Governor Matthew Ainsley and him not swearing in Inorticus for about 2 or 3 weeks? He just hasn't generally been active at all in the last month, because when I was Minister of Foreign Affairs in last July for the first time, he was actively involved in dealing with foreign affairs. He was actually doing stuff. Whereas now, I don't know if it's different because I'm obviously not in GAC, but I just don't think he has any interest in the group. He doesn't host events, doesn't attend events. He'll post if there's the football on or Canada Day or something, and then he's just not there the rest of the time.
Yeah.
He reacted to go to one SSU when somebody put the poll up, should Matthew resign, just to try and make people think he's still here, and he didn't even show up.
It is a shame that the Governor General is inactive, because it is his group and it's a pretty big group, so he should care more about it. I've heard that he is active in Russia.
Yeah, really active too.
Yeah, so it's not like he wouldn't have the time to make a few posts or attend an event for like 10 minutes.
I mean, as for the thing about him resigning, I think he just needs to make his mind up about if he's still going to be the owner, which is more important than being Governor General. Does he want to actually spend time being active? Because if not, then he's just bringing down the rest of the community. If we could have somebody like VG or Persian as Governor General, they would be more active. I think that would benefit everyone.
Well, I think that VGY would be the best option, because whenever I talk to him, he always responds. Like it seems like he really does care about this community and this group, and I think that is important.
He does respond, and he's always very polite and professional. He's probably the most professional person in the group. But as I checked the sheet, he's been the Speaker of the Senate and electoral commissioner for so many, like I think 4 or 5 years at this point. Obviously it would be up to him, but yeah, he was Speaker of the Senate in 2022. Let me check before then. He's been there for like 4 years now. But I think if he wanted it, then everyone would support him.
Yeah,
he'd do a really good job too. He's the perfect person to do it.
He's probably the only person in this group that doesn't have any enemies or people that like genuinely dislike him.
No one dislikes, because he's just such a polite and nice guy.
Yes.
Matt's role is obviously merged between Governor General and Group Owner. If they split the roles, again, which it should be split, what would the Governor General himself actually be responsible for formally?
Well, I think that he would be responsible for the stuff that Matthew does. Current Governor General would be just like a figure that like holds the group, like a holder. If he just continues what he should be doing right now, then there's no point in appointing a Governor General if the owner just does the stuff.
Well, I mean, anyone could post well done Canada for playing in the World Cup, so I don't think.
At the moment, that's just what I'm observing. He does it occasionally, posting it out if something's happened IRL, like to do with Canada, which is sort of not what the Governor General should be doing.
So that was today's podcast with Demolitioner. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video of ours. Stay tuned for more posts, content from the Northern Opinion, and yeah, God bless Canada. Goodbye.
Bye.